Hello everybody and welcome to the SMX show. Today we are going to be voting in the Game Awards, and I figured we could go through the games bit by bit and see which ones are the best. So let me just get this loaded in and get it beamed straight to my iPad. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Okay, right. Let's start the voting and see who is numero uno. So, okay. Game of the Year. Now this is going to be a really tough one because we got Alan Wake 2, the sequel to the critically acclaimed Alan Wake, part of kind of the Max Payne universe. Alan Wake 2 is an absolutely amazing game, unequaled on many fronts, especially in storytelling. We got Baldur's Gate 3, which is an astonishing game it's just a technical achievement, every last bit of it. Marvel Spider-Man 2. I mean, I call it Marvel Spider-Man 3. I say Miles Morales is the second one, but hey, Miles Morales is just a spin-off apparently. Absolutely amazing game. If you've never played it, you have to. It's just such a beautiful, beautiful game. Resident Evil 4, definitely not voting for that. It's a remake. I'm not a huge fan of remakes being included in the Game of the Year. We got Super Mario Bros. Wonder. If you know that game, it just takes me back to my childhood when I was playing Super Mario World on the SNES, the SNES, if you will, the Super Nintendo Entertainment System. One of my favourite memories ever was sending Yoshi off that cliff. And Super Mario Bros. Wonder sort of brought back a lot of those childhood memories. And, just the feeling I had as a child playing that game. And obviously we got The Legend of Zelda, Tears of a Kingdom. Every second of that game was magical. Absolutely beautiful. Every place you stop it could be a painting. In fact, there's some parts of the game where you're literally just taking photos and just to put them up in local stables, and you find yourself like, I could just take a basic shot that anyone can do, or I can wait for the sun to set in just the right point to get that perfect reflection of the sun on the sea. Oh, it's just so beautiful. It's definitely the vote on this one is between Baldur's Gate 3 and The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. And just, storytelling alone, Baldur's Gate would take the front because, it's an amazing game. But on a gameplay aspect, and in video games, gameplay is king, Legend of Zelda. And it does also have a story. Playing Baldur's Gate 3, I did not cry. Like playing Tears of the Kingdom, tears did fall in the kingdom because I live in the United Kingdom, so tears did fall in the United Kingdom. Anyway, I'm voting The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom on that one. So moving on to the next category. Let's see what we have here. Best Game Direction. Okay, so this is where we come in for Alan Wake. So I'm not going to vote Legend of the Tears of the Kingdom. Tears of the Kingdom for me was the best all-round game for everything. But when it comes to best game direction, I am voting for Baldur's Gate 3, just for the way the game sort of pulls you in, and it's beautiful. Let's keep voting. Next category. Best narrative. So we've got Alan Wake 2, Baldur's Gate 3, Cyberpunk 2077, Final Fantasy 16, and Marvel's Spider-Man 2. Now, unfortunately, Final Fantasy 16 is not going to win any awards this year. No matter how good it was, and it is not going to win any awards because of the competition. The best narrative is 100% going to go to Alan Wake. It's just got the best story. It's compelling. You can't put it down. I go to sleep and I'm thinking, what happens next? What do I do? I mean, even at the end of the game, I'm thinking, what happens next? I need to know. I need this universe to carry on building. I need to know what's going on. I don't want to ruin it for you, but it's Alan Wake 2 has the best narrative, 100%. Next category, what do we have here? Best art direction. Again, I would love to vote for Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom on this one, and I'd also love to vote for Super Mario Bros. Wonder. Alan Wake 2 is not getting the vote in this one, and Lies of P I never actually played that game. I don't know a lot about that game, admittedly. But Hi-Fi Rush, mwah, just looking at that game is fun. It's just fun to just look at it, just look at screenshots. I mean, look at that. It just looks amazing. And how fun does that cover look? It's just, vote for Hi-Fi Rush. Right. Next category. What's next? Best score and music. Okay, so I suppose Final Fantasy 16 might win some awards after all. Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom had good sound. It had a lot of good music, but the music in Legend of the Tears of the Kingdom was special in the sense of that you don't always notice the music that's in the game because it's ambient. It mixes in with the sounds. You know, like when, depending on what you're doing, if you're riding your horse, if a battle is approaching, the music sort of slowly transcends into, into the battle music, for example. I'd definitely give Legend of Zelda top points for sound direction, just the way the sound design in Tears of the Kingdom is sound design that you don't really notice too much because it's just so part of the game. But you wouldn't go. I mean, myself personally, I wouldn't go personally aside and listen to the Tears of the Kingdom music in my leisure. I listen to Ocarina of Time, Twilight Princess, Link to the Past. Listen to that music in my leisure, but not Tears of the Kingdom. It's not that sort of soundtrack. Alan Wake 2 had some good music, but I wouldn't say it was mind blowing. Baldur's Gate 3, it's the same. Final Fantasy 16 just had a much heavier emphasis on music and of the feeling and of how instructing you and how to feel in certain moments of the game without ruining anything for you. So Final Fantasy 16 gets my vote on that one easily. Now moving on to the next one. Okay, so we've got Best Audio Design. It's a shame Tears of the Kingdom isn't listed on this one because this is the one that would have got the vote easily, which is very frustrating. Best Audio Design. Now, Dead Space is just... Dead Space, man. So obviously we've got Alan Wake. We've got Alan Wake 2, which, I wouldn't say so personally. It's had one vote already, so that's it. I think Alan Wake 2 has already done quite well in the Game Awards for myself personally. Hi-Fi Rush has brilliant audio design. Just go watch a video of that and you will have your mind blown. Marvel Spider-Man 2. With Marvel Spider-Man 2, whilst it does have awesome audio design, I didn't feel it was drastically different from the previous ones. I don't feel like anything was changed. If you played Marvel Spider-Man and Marvel Spider-Man Miles Morales, you know what this game's going to sound like. Because I personally, or at least I didn't notice, nothing changed. So, and Resident Evil 4 had some great sound design as well. They actually re-recorded it. And it's the same with Dead Space. But with Dead Space specifically, everything was redone from the ground up. And it's just more crisp. It's just more scary. It's just terrifying. It's a terrifying game. And the music... The sound is not the music, the audio, the sound design of the footsteps walking down, the steam escaping from the vents, the footsteps walking, in the vents, like in Die Hard, and the way it echoes through the corridor after each step. It's beautiful and really adds to the atmosphere, and it just feels amazing. And you know what, actually, I take back what I said earlier. Dead Space sound design is probably better than Tears of the Kingdom. And I'm a huge Zelda fan. So, saying that is absolutely bananas. So that's best. Next category. Let's see what we got. Best performance. Okay. Right. So we've got Ben Starr in Final Fantasy 16. Cameron Monaghan from Star Wars Jedi Survivor. If you've never seen him in Gotham, by the way, he's amazing. Idris Elba, my man crush. I may or may not have named my son after him. Cyberpunk 2077, Phantom Liberty. Got Melanie Liburd, Alan Wake 2. Neil Newbern, Baldur's Gate 3, and Yuri Lowenthal, Marvel Spider-Man 2. Now, they all did absolutely amazing work in all their respective games, but when it comes to the passion for the project, and you can really feel their energy in the actual game that you're playing, and you really feel like they gave it their all. Every movement you make, you really feel that you're that character. You're not, it's not just some run of the mill. It's not just some actor just doing lines as a booth. You really feel this is them. They actually put everything. Like when Slash turned up for Guitar Hero 3, and he put on a skin tight green suit to do the mocap for Slash in the game, obviously, and it's just that level of dedication. That's why I'm voting for Cameron Monaghan in this one. Just if he's like the Andy Serkis of video games for me right now. Like the effort and passion he puts into all his recording and all his performance is absolutely amazing, and I'd love to see him in a live action Star Wars film as well. I feel like that could be another trilogy that I'd love to see. So yeah, Cameron Monaghan on that one. My throat's getting really dry today. Here we go. Innovation in accessibility. Now, so we've got Diablo 1V, IV, sorry, Diablo IV, because it's set in a hospital and everyone has an IV in them. Forza Motorsport, Hi-Fi Rush, Marvel Spider-Man 2, Mortal Kombat Numero Uno, and Street Fighter 6. Now, Street Fighter 6 and Forza Motorsport are notably famous for their accessibility options, but but new in terms of accessibility is Marvel Spider-Man, where it's sort of designed around the accessibility controller that Sony released. I think it was either earlier this year or last year when they released it. So it's like fully compatible with that controller and the control. So you can if you have only one hand, for example, or if you're colorblind, or if you're hard of hearing, Marvel Spider-Man 2 is just perfect for you. It's a shame Last of Us Part 2 isn't on here, but now I think about it, that was actually last year, wasn't it? So I'm losing my brain here. So anyway, Marvel Spider-Man 2 gets my vote from that one. It was nearly Street Fighter 6, however. See what we have next. Games for Impact. For a thought-provoking game with a pro-social meaning or message. Okay, so I'm not going to lie, I've never actually played any of these games and I don't feel comfortable voting in it. And that is purely because I could be robbing someone of what if my vote is the deciding vote? And it's not fair if I vote Goodbye Volcano High because it's got awesome cover. I mean, that looks awesome. That looks amazing. I love that cover. That looks fantastic. But what if the actual one is To Cheer, if that's how you pronounce it, Chichai? I don't know. But this is my point. I'd be voting it just based on a cover alone. And that's not fair. That's not fair. So I'm just going to skip that one. Best ongoing game. Okay. So we've got Apex Legends, Cyberpunk 2077, Final Fantasy 14, Fortnite, and Genshin Impact. Now, here's the thing. Love all these games, know all these games extremely well, but none of these would actually be my vote because my favourite ongoing game right now is Fall Guys. If you follow me on Twitter or anything, at SMX Show, I'm a huge Fall Guys fan and I love that. I play it pretty much every single day and I know which one I'm voting for, but blimey, like, how did Fall Guys not make the cut on this list? That's bananas. So obviously one of my friends, Aklis, she would definitely vote for Genshin Impact. It's one of her favourite games of all time. Huge following. I never actually played Genshin Impact. I'm aware of it and I know a lot about it and I know about the impact it's had. And and people accuse it of copying Zelda, which would make this game actually in my sort of ballpark because of how much I love Zelda and I want more of it. Obviously Fortnite, Apex Legends, similar sort of realm of type of video game. It's a battle royale. It's a sort of a looter shooter. So Cyberpunk 2077 did not have a good experience for that. I won't lie. Got it for the PS4 and it just didn't work, and I've not played it since. Final Fantasy 14 gets a vote on this one. It's just an amazing game. How many awards is this game gonna win? Honestly, I actually thought Final Fantasy 14 would have been completed by now, and we'd be moving towards the next Final Fantasy MMO. Can you believe it's nearly 10 years old? I was actually the original Final Fantasy 14. I was working at a video game store in England when it first came out, and I almost bought the game. This is the original build that was rubbish. But this is before Realm Reborn. And it was just a really weird time because everyone was coming in to buy the MMO, and I was like, I really want to play this. But I'd never played an MMO before at the time. Dodged a bullet, obviously, as we know. Anyway, Final Fantasy 14 gets the win on that one for me. What's next? Best community support. Right. So, obviously we've got Destiny 2, Final Fantasy 14, and Baldur's Gate 3. We all have fantastic communities. So just to read you the description. Recognizing the game for outstanding community support, transparency and responsiveness, inclusivity of social media activity, game updates and patches. So Destiny 2, Final Fantasy 14, and Baldur's Gate 3. They all have fantastic community support, but I'm not voting for those two. It's between No Man's Sky and Cyberpunk 2077, which both had really rocky beginnings, and we've been continuing to update it and progress it. No Man's Sky is pretty much now what we wanted when it first came out, and it's the same with Cyberpunk 2077. But both still getting amazing updates. The vote does go for Cyberpunk 2077, obviously, but that does not take anything away from the amazing work that the No Man's Sky team has done. Is there anything next? Are we near the end? Best independent game. Sea of Stars. I don't need to say any more on that. If you know, you know. If you know, you know. What's next? Best debut indie game. Okay. So Dredge is a fantastic game. Viewfinders, it's a good game. It wasn't really my cup of tea. It was a good game. Pizza Tower. Pizza Tower is my jam. It is my jam. I wouldn't have jam on my pizza though. But anyway, Pizza Tower, 100% gets my vote on that one. I wonder how many categories there are on this one anyway. Best mobile game. I'm saying mobile just for the viewers in America, but in England we say mobile. Anyway, mobile. We've got Hello Kitty Island Adventure, Final Fantasy VII Ever Crisis, Honkai Star Rail, Hong Kong, Star Rail, Monster Hunter Now, and Terra Nil. Now, I have played 2 of these games, and I'm aware of one other, but I have not played enough of them all to really have a really good, and I'm not aware enough of them all as well to make a good vote. I'd feel like I'd be robbing an opportunity from another developer. Because right now it'd be between Monster Hunter Now and Ever Crisis. But what if Terra Nil turns out to be the best game ever made, and I just robbed them because it was like I know it's not likely to be one vote decides, but I don't want to risk it. I don't want to risk it. Best VR AR experience. So we got Gran Turismo 7, Horizon Call of the Mountain, Humanity, Resident Evil Village VR mode, and Synapse. Horizon Call of the Mountain was an absolutely fantastic VR experience. I truly recommend you all play it, as is Gran Turismo 7. But when it comes to actually immersing you in the game, the vote does go to Resident Evil Village VR mode. Just, oh my goodness, it was absolutely terrifying. But it's one thing playing the controller on TV, but when the lady comes in, you're like, "Mummy," and it's like, oh, What a game. What a game. Next category. What's next? Best action game. So we got Armored Core 6 Fires of Rubicon. I don't know if they have it in the rest of the world, but in England we have a Rubicon drink. So when I say Fires of Rubicon, I'm thinking of a famous soft beverage just set on fire. Anyway, Dead Island 2, Ghost Runner 2, Hi-Fi Rush, and Remnant 2. I'm sorry, the vote categorically goes to Hi-Fi Rush. And again, you need to play this game. It's just amazing. Next category. I need to move a bit faster because we're 20 minutes into the video. I don't have that much space on my phone for recording. Best action adventure. Ooh, that is going to go to Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, 100%. Just the style of combat, level combat, the innovations they made in the combat with the crafting system makes it unlike any other game. Resident Evil 4, you could just call it a generic shooter at this point. Well, they did redefine what that type of game was at the time it was released in 2002, I want to say, 2002, 2003. It is not that. It's not about level anymore. Whilst I'm not saying it's not a good game. It's a fantastic game, but it's not revolutionizing anything anymore. That's why it's going to Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. Come on. Okay, best RPG. Okay. So obviously Starfield is a no. That is a rubbish game. Absolutely horrible. Probably one of the worst games I've actually played this year. Lies of P, like I said, I've never really actually played that one. So it's between Sea of Stars, Final Fantasy 16, Baldur's Gate 3. The vote goes to Baldur's Gate 3. I'm sorry, Final Fantasy 16. You deserve better. Moving on. Best fighting game. Okay, categorically, that is going to go to Street Fighter 6. There's no contest there. I mean, it's a close. If Mortal Kombat 1 is probably the next contender, but it's just, the distance is so far that it was never going to win, even at second. Best family game. Now, Disney Illusion Island, Party Animals, they exist, okay? They exist. You know, I want to say they're great games, not game changers, they're not fantastic, they're not amazing. They're not going to blow your mind. We've got Pikmin 4, now that is a game. We've got Sonic Superstars, that is a game. We've got Super Mario Bros. Wonder, that's getting my vote. That, oh my goodness, that is unapologetically one of the greatest games released this year. Honestly. We are near the end now. I can feel it. Best sim strategy. Company of Heroes 3, City Skylines 2, Fire Emblem Engage, Pikmin 4. Right, it's Advance Wars. I remember getting my Toys R Us when I was a kid for my Game Boy Advance. This is back when a game was released, they had to put Advance in the title, so Advance Wars and other stuff. I can't think of anything off the top of my head, but it's Advance Wars. Absolutely amazing game. I mean, obviously we got Dual Strike for the DS, because you had to have DS in the title. Anyway, best sports racing game. EA Sports Football Club 24, Formula 1 23, Forza Motorsport, Hot Wheels Unleashed 2 Turbocharged for Crew Motorfest. I'm never going to vote EA Sports for anything, ever. Formula 1 is actually an okay game. Same for Forza Motorsport, that was actually pretty good as well. But Hot Wheels, like the previous game before it, just changed what we can expect from a licensed racer. And my son loves it as well. So we've spent a lot of time playing that game. So that just get my vote. What have we got next? Best multiplayer game. Okay. So it's not going to be Super Mario Bros. Wonder. And it's not going to be Baldur's Gate 3, unfortunately, because I don't really have any friends to play that with. Nobody I know wanted to buy that game digitally. We all want to get it physically. I get it, it's fine. The vote is going to go to Diablo 4 on this one. It's because Street Fighter 6 is a good game, but I don't think it is what it is. Excuse me. Best adaptation. Oh, okay. This is a new category, isn't it? Recognizing outstanding creative work that faithfully and authentically adapts a video game to another medium, to another entertainment medium. So we've got Castlevania Nocturne, absolutely fantastic series. Gran Turismo, amazing film. The Last of Us, Super Mario Bros. Movie, and Twisted Metal. Now, unfortunately, Twisted Metal isn't actually out in the UK yet, so we've not had a chance to see it, which makes this a bit unfair, because, like I said, it could be the best in the world. Gran Turismo was a fantastic film, and it had me on the edge. And The Last of Us was actually my partner's first introduction to the Last of Us universe, and she really enjoyed that show. But Super Mario Bros. Movie just redefined what makes a good video game movie. It's just hands down the greatest one ever made. Period. So that gets my vote easily. What's next? Most anticipated game. Okay, anyone can vote for this. You just got to be excited. Okay, so recognizing an announced title that has demonstrably illustrated with potential to push the gaming medium forward. Okay, so we've got Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Hades 2, Like a Dragon, Infinite Wealth, Star Wars Outlaws, Tekken 8. Oh my goodness, this is a tough one. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth is a game I'm actually really excited for. I never actually played a game in the Final Fantasy VII Remake series because I'm waiting for them all to be released so I can play them all back to back. I don't want to play one and wait 5 years for the next one, so I just want to play them all one after another and have a marathon. And I'm really excited to see what they do. I'm still following the story, and I watch a lot of the cutscenes because I know the story. I've been following the story since I was a wee bairn, you know. Star Wars Outlaws though, I love Star Wars, and I'm still a bit salty about what happened with the sequel trilogy there. But the video games have been absolutely some of the best Star Wars media that we have been receiving in recent times. Keep voting. This video might end up being 30 minutes long. Content Creator of the Year. I have no idea who these people are. It's like they just pulled names out of a hat. Skipping. I hope one day I'm on this list. That'd be interesting, wouldn't it? Best esports game of the year. Where is my Rocket League? Where is my Fall Guys? None of them are on here, but the vote obviously goes to Counter-Strike. Bit weird Call of Duty wasn't on there actually, wasn't it? Best esports athlete. No idea who any of you people are. You're nobody to me, buddy. Best esports team. No idea who these people are. Best esports coach. Again, who are these people? I don't watch esports, clearly. Best esports event. The only one I know on this list is Evo, and I don't watch esports, clearly, do I? Come on. Yeah, let's just vote for Evo. Who cares? Right. Oh, and that's it. We're done. We've voted. Let's turn that off. Right. So that is the end of the Game Awards voting video thingamabob. I hope you all enjoyed watching. Depending on feedback, or if anyone even watches this video, because a lot of my videos nobody even watches, I might do this again next year. I hope you all have an amazing week, and I will see you next Sunday. Bye!